hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Gavi. Now it's Oyarzabal. And here's Ruiz. Vitinha makes the starting 11. Talk to me, Jim. What can we expect from him?
Well, we're talking about a classic defensive midfielder, Peter. Always in the right place, always with an idea of what's going to happen next. He's very good at seeing that, and he also excels at getting the ball moving forward.
He's having a shot! Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
And it's Pedri. Spain ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Pedro Neto. And this is Ronaldo. And here's Neto. Now the ball in. And he's taking no chances there. Portugal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Gavi. No, he is not giving anything away. Vitinha. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rafael Leão.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Pedro Neto. And that has been slung wide. Oh, nice touch. Oh, super ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And this is Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes receives it in a good position here. Fabian Ruiz. Kubasi. Now that's well seen too. Nuno Mendes. Now Ruben Dias. Spread to the right. Vitinha. Now, can they get him away? Oh, sweet feet. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. And it's Llorente. And it's Pedri. Looking tidy in possession here. Ball's played through. Llorente picks it up out wide. João Neves. For Pedro Neto. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Played out to the left flank. Rafael Leão providing an outlet on that flank. There's the header! Goal! Portugal! And Portugal score first. It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible and the finish unearned.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and led it perfectly.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Now it's Oyarzabal. Cucurella. Gavi. Now it's Fabian Ruiz. And he's being shifted off it. And back to the keeper they go. Pedro Neto did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Cristiano Ronaldo picked out brilliantly. On that chance! Now who's going to be first to this? So a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
All needs to change it.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Portugal have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Portugal definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Rafael Leão gets into a good position. Cucurella attempts a clearance. Oh, he's been... and the shot! And there's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
The less said about that pass, the better. No, that's too long. João Neves, Ruben Dias.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Now Gonçalo Inácio, Pedro Neto. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Played down the flank. Rafael Leão. Rodri. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Gavi! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Gavi has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Vitinha. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Passed somewhat off target. Spain can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Kubasi. Fabian Ruiz. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Here's Rodri. And it's Pedri. Ferran Torres. Vitinha.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Oh, good spread. Oh, he's found support out wide. That's the keeper's ball. Kubasi. Cucurella. Nico Williams showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Rafael Leão. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Pedri. And it's Cucurella. Fabian Ruiz. Into the last quarter of an hour. Bruno Fernandes in acres of space out wide.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Bruno Fernandes. He's having a hit! And the ball's come loose here.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh my word, that is quite something! A finish right from the top draw! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Inacio getting this one clear and claimed it back swiftly. And it's Cucurella. Fabian Ruiz. João Neves. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Good ball, good... And the shot! Oh, good finish! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Pedro Neto. Can he get it through? Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he finish? Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Rodri. Now it's Yamal. Shifted it to the flank. Nico Williams has it out wide and in space. Played it again. Real chance! Off the post! And he's there to get it away. They've played it short. Oh, he's played it in low. And that was very necessary. 4 added minutes on the board. Looking to play him in. And that was asking for too much. Pedri plays it short. It's a good looking... It's rising! And that is as much as we have time for. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?